we can declare and render the date value. For example, here I just declared any type. That means we are just declaring. After declaring into the manufactured, how we can pass a value. So manufactured is equal to, whenever you want to store value, new date, and into that you can pass the value. So 2020, 01, and 12. So that is how we are storing the value. That means year, month, and day. This is declaring and later rendering value into it. Whenever you want to render value into it, then you have to use a date constructor. Through that, you have to pass the date value. So that means we can configure, you can configure. So the value like this, and you can see this is also okay. You are defining the date value and it will get that and it will print the date value. It can configure and print the date value. So that means you can render, you can declare and render the date value later. So that means you can use the syntax in this way. You can configure the syntax in this way. So that is how we have to declare date. There is no specific data type for date. There is no specific data type for date. But dealing with the dates is very regular in our applications client side. And we need to perfectly know how to deal with the dates. The first thing is how we can store the dates. This is the first approach, how to store the date. Now, important, how to read the dates, how we can read the date values. That means I don't want to print all details. I want to just print in which month it has been manufactured. I want to print only manufactured month and year. I don't want other details. I want only manufactured month. I want only manufactured day. Then how we can extract them, how we can deal with them. For that, actually, Typescript uses, that means Typescript provides a set of date functions. Typescript provides a set of date functions to manipulate the dates, to read or manipulate dates, manipulate date values. And what are those functions? And important, one more thing you should know that every date function returns a number. Every date function returns a number. If every date function is returning a number, then presenting it correctly how you are expecting is a difficult task. For that, we need to implement a lot of logics. So a lot of techniques we need to use. Let's see that. That means, so what are the date functions? So function and description. What are the date functions available? How we can read the dates and how we can deal with the dates? What are the date functions available? Usually the date functions, so we have to use the functions like this. We have get hours. Actually get hours, it returns the hour number in 24-hour format. It returns the hour number in 24-hour format. 24-hour format means 13, 14, 15 in this format. Another, we have get minutes. So it returns minutes number. And seconds, get seconds, and it returns seconds number. Means in the date, hours, minutes, seconds. Another one is get date. Get date. So it returns the date number. The date number. It returns the date number. Date number, that means, for example, so like 30. So in April, like this. So it returns the date number. And get day, it returns the weekday number. It returns the weekday number. So where zero is equal to Sunday, means starting from 0, that is Sunday. And similarly, like 1 Monday, like this. So like this it follows. It returns the weekday number. And get month, and get month. So it will returns the month number. It returns the month number. And this month number also starts 0 with January. That means it starting with, means it returns a number only. Date functions will return always. A numerical value. Right? So that means they will not return the month name. So it will return only month number. Right? Yeah. So we have get hour, get minutes, get seconds. We also have get milliseconds, right? We also have get milliseconds. We can also use get milliseconds. And this returns the milliseconds. It returns milliseconds. And you know that milliseconds, so 0 to the milliseconds will be returned up to 0 to 99. So it depends based on the value. So here the millisecond usually will be 99. It depends on, like, date value means 99. And if it is CPU time means it will be 999. Because CPU time and date time, these two varies, right? And of course, how we can return a specific date option, like suppose we have some more shortcut functions to handle. And what are those shortcut functions to handle? How we can do those shortcut functions? Like you have shortcut functions like get time. So it returns the time value. We have get month, to local date string, to local date string. So it returns date in long format. Similarly, we have to local time string. That means it returns time in long format. So these are all the date and time related functions. And capitalization matters. We have to write in the same way to read the date values and present the date values. So here, if you want to print in an exact way how it is, then what we need to do is we need to see in this example. Suppose I want to print only the manufactured month